And moving on, Berthe Bedahi is a Holocaust survivor originally from France, and she is an incredible and inspiring woman who has dedicated her life to perpetuating the memory of the victims of the Holocaust as well as the memory of the righteous among the nations. I had the opportunity to sit down with Berthe to hear her story of life in Israel and of the importance of keeping the memory alive. Berthe Bedahi is a Holocaust survivor originally from Lyon, France. When she was just 9 years old, her parents placed her in hiding with Marie Massona, a widow with 3 children who took young Berthe in and raised her as one of her own. Berthe lived with the family for 3 years until the liberation of Lyon under the guise of a Christian and went to school and to church in the village. At the end of the war, she was reunited with her parents, the only survivors of their entire extended family. Marie Massona was recognized as a righteous among the nations in 1997, and Berthe moved to Israel to begin a new life, with her parents later joining in 1971. When asked if she ever believed that one day she would be able to raise her family and live in a Jewish state, she said she had never imagined such a future.
In my darkest hours, I didn't even thought that I will live until the age I do have now. You see, for me to get to the age of 50, 60, it was wow. I never imagined that there is future. It was so difficult to see future at the time. It was, the future was tomorrow. Maybe the day after. It was very difficult to imagine something better. We were living from one day to another and dealing from one day to another. Okay? We have a minimum of a daily, schedule, going to school at the time and doing whatever we have to do and trying to go on, trying to be as invisible as possible around. And that's it. We never thought that there will be a future.
In Israel, Berthe has thrived. She has 2 children, 9 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren.
To live in Israel, it is for me to be in a country where I can live with, it's my right to live. I don't have to say thank you to anyone if I live in Israel. I'm living in my country. I don't know if the Holocaust has been the reason to create the state of Israel, but it probably contribute to it. But I think the story of what happened is something too big, to be a simple story like in a history book. It was a big tragedy. And and we have to keep the memory of that tragedy because so many of our family ancestors, and I do remember my family. I'm a very old lady, but I do remember the people who are not here anymore. We'll never get to my age. We never got over the age of 30, 40. We never managed to get to know the rest of the family, to have children and grandchildren. That was the tragedy. So it's important that that tragedy should not happen once more.
Her message to the world now: remember and stop the hatred.
For me, it is to be very careful, and for me, the world over has to take care, because only if people all around the world will stop someone trying to go on to renew the hate, that it should be the world over to say, to stop. Only from one country, it will not be enough. It has to be huge in order to really stop hate. And okay, and so that's very important for me. We receive here people from all over the world: India, Japan, everywhere, Finland, South Africa. Everyone has to know. Everyone should take care.